The first question, Mr. Kenneth, and thank you very much for being honest. The first question is, we are legalizing for medicinal and recreational. And I know that you're trying to refer to what I said about me smoking weed on the first day of inauguration. The point that I'm trying to make out is that we have had a lot of problems in this country. We've had problems with the corruption and what have you. That is purely for purification and ceremonial. But when it comes to the question that I've answered, I want to answer you with emphasis. Kwamba is for medicinal and industrial for purposes of repaying our debt. Secondly, yes, I have children, and what they do is part of their business. My kids are born. They were born when I was in exile. If my son wants to smoke, he can smoke. If my daughter wants to smoke, he can smoke, because it's up to them, because where they are, it's legal. Thank you.
All right. We've spoken about the Bangi issue, so let's snuff it out for now, because you've spoken as well as about some of the Roots Party revenue streams that you would project. And you've spoken of snake farming and also the sale of dog meat. Is there anything else besides this before we get into the details of that?
Well, I've also spoken on infrastructure for unemployment, the working conditions. I've also spoken in terms of moving the capital to Isiolo. I've also spoken in terms of moving a country into 8 regions, regional governments, inter-regional governments within the country. I've also spoken in terms of the Muslims being given a Friday, just like it's done in Islamic countries. And there are also other things that I've looked into.
Yes. And you've spoken there about the holidays for Muslims, but you are on record saying that Rastaman, Mrasta,
oh yes, Rastas,
atakuwa na holiday kila siku.
If they wish to.
If they wish to.
Because they are a minority who must be given a preferential treatment. They are a minority.
I mean, but in terms of them working and
they
participating in the economy.
They can work, participate in the economy, and they can choose to work whichever day they want, within the framework that we are trying to build.
Doesn't that go against the economic model that you would have in terms of getting us out of the debt and the poverty that
if we are so rich, why would you be working when you are rich? And that's my aim, is to make every Kenyan to have money in the pocket. And therefore, work relations will only be for a certain period of time. When people have money, they can now restructure the economy, and we can move on with modern economic infrastructure.
And what inspires the proposal of having a 4-day working period and 3 days of rest?
Yeah, what actually happens, and Belgium has actually legalized what I've said, is that when you have 4 days a week, we work 4 days a week,
okay,
in an open economy, 24 hours, day and night economy, then we shall also move into the shift format, where people work for 8 hours. And let me say you start from 8 to 4, then somebody comes in at 4 to 11, then from 11 to morning. That means that instead of having one person to work, we shall have 3, which will increase employment. Now, when it comes to Friday should be dedicated to Islam, Muslims, to have their holiday. But also it's up to the employer-employee relationship to have 1 day off.
Okay.
And we have actually zeroed on Friday, so that those who work in shifts, losing nothing, because initially people had misunderstood that people will just work and then be free on holiday. It's a continuity, it's a continuous process where people work in to streamline relationships between families, so that single mothers, single parents, people who do not have enough time to sit with their lovely ones, can also have time to re-energize and also plan ahead.
Okay.
If you look at the Seventh-day Adventists, for example, they have their day on Sunday. They don't have a day to rest, apart from maybe Sunday. They have their day on Saturday. They don't have a day to rest, so they can take advantage of Thursdays.
All right.